So one of the toughest parts for new sellers on Amazon FBA is kind of dealing with the MOQs, or what's called minimum order quantities, that most suppliers say are a requirement of doing business with them. It's a really big risk for a lot of new sellers to kind of come into the market for the very first time, not really have 100% assurance whether or not that the products that they're going to be buying to sell on Amazon will actually be selling, and bring them the type of revenue that they're going to want, and be able to make the investment up front of buying those products at a mass quantity for less, worth their time and money, right? And so one of the reasons that it's tough for people is that the minimum order quantities that most suppliers will tell you are a requirement of doing business with them is 500, 1,000, even sometimes more than 1,000, right? And so when you're first starting out, that's a lot, right? Even if its units are $3 or $4, that's still $1,500, $2,000 immediately out of your pocket, and that's not even talking about your shipping fees and all your freight fees in the USA, customs, port fees and all that, right? So one of the things that I always preach to people, and I've always preached to people since I first started helping Amazon students, was that MOQs, or minimum order quantities, are fake. It's not real. It doesn't mean anything. It's just what factories have been telling people for years, and too many people fall for it and just think, okay, well, I guess I have to buy 500 or I have to buy 1,000, and this just simply is not true. And so one of the ways that I go about getting around this MOQ problem is I basically just made a quick script, and this is after I've already sent my manufacturer's template, which I shared with you guys, which is in the resources folder. Then kind of the follow-up, once they say, okay, for 500 units we can give you this price, for 5,000 we can give you this price. For a follow-up, basically I send the following email, just something super simple, right? And so, thank you for your time. For all initial orders, our board of directors, right, you want to sound serious, you want to sound like a big company, requires a smaller test order to confirm mass production quality before subsequent significantly larger orders, right? So you want to tell them that after this order, your orders are going to be much larger in the future, but for right now, just for the very first time only, we need to order, this smaller quantity to be able to test and confirm that the quality is there on the mass production level rather than just the sample level. So we intend to order many thousands more after confirmation of quality, but you are unable to compromise on an initial order of XXX, right? And this XXX number is the number that we calculated earlier in the training, right? So this inventory forecast. So you're using the iTrack 999 method. You're tracking a product for 5 to 7 days, and you figured out that there's an average of 2 selling per day, right? And so the 180-day limit until long-term storage kicks in, which makes your storage fees 22 times higher, right? So you never want to have more product at any one time than 180 days worth, right? And holidays and seasonality are something separate that you have to think about, but just on a simple scale, right? So if you're selling 2 per day on average for 180 days, that means the maximum that you would want to order and feel completely safe about that is 180 days times the 2 per day average, right? So 360 total products is what you'd want to order. And if you want an explanation about, a little bit deeper about how we go about calculating that 360, definitely check out the video again in Module 1 of this training to go over it. We will regrettably need to search for another long-term partner. Thank you for your time and assistance. Right, and so this has always been super successful for me, guys, and feel free to make your own little edits, or if there's any specific little parts you want to add, and definitely share with us what's working for you and what's not. But this has been pretty much a 100% success rate for me, and I'd say probably 90% of the time I'm ordering less than 500 units on my very first order, and then once I confirm that the demand's there, I've built some momentum, built some reviews, then I feel a lot more comfortable ordering 500, 1,000, 5,000, whatever it is. So I hope that helped you guys, and we will see you on the next one.